My 25 male, wife, 26 female, of 5 years admitted to making out with 2 of her coworkers at a party. What do I do? Yesterday, my wife, we will call her K, of 5 years admitted to making out with 2 of her coworkers at a party. After she told me what happened, I clammed up. Didn't say anything, packed a bag and left. I slept poorly in my car last night and went to work this morning. I'm sitting in a McDonald's now and can't bring myself to eat this crap. I've been in a pretty nasty accident before where I had to operate like a robot, and it feels like I've been in a constant shock similar to that accident since she told me. My brain feels totally fried, and I'm not sure what my next steps are even supposed to be. Who even is she anymore? I am normally a very composed man, but this feels like the fundamental truths of my life are having a rug pulled out from under them. I know this sounds pathetic, but it feels like I need someone to hold my hand through this. But I don't trust my family to give me good advice, and my closest friend is unavailable until the end of July. I want to make this work, but what the hell? Read it? Edit. So I had pertinent information I should have given. I'll try not to add any update information until Kay and I have hashed this all out, unless I'm misunderstanding update policy. This will all be just for those of you with advice. I don't think there was enough info given to advise anything other than dump her or go to therapy. Odds are one of those will end up being the right answer anyway. We just got done with a pretty lengthy discussion about what happened. There are plenty more to be had, but I got hurt at work today due to a lack of focus, and it's taken a lot out of me. Kay works for a company under one of the area leaders. It was the leader, a male we will call a 1, and a cohort of his, a female we will call a 2. Honestly, they aren't worth my time to even pick a freaking letter that were the other parties. I've met a 1 before at a family work event a few years ago. They work in semi-close proximity, and it is in a niche field that Kay has wanted to work in for a long time. Both a 1 and a 2 are swingers. They're friends who hook up, but aren't together. News to me. I am more sex-forward than Kay is, so it shocks me this never came up in conversation between her, and this was part of the conversation we had, but I feel compelled to add it. When Kay was telling me what happened, she used a lot of coercion language, like a 1 and a 2 were strong-arming her into doing what they said. It happened 2 weeks ago. That said, she is someone who takes a long time to process things. She waited almost 10 days to tell her family we were engaged. I think that's all I really saw that needed to be added for now. I'm tired. Please send blessings. By the way, to that one guy, I'm white as white gets, and so is she? Like tater tot casserole white. Update. At this point, we will need a couple therapy. Everything is too far blown to crap for Reddit to handle. I figure I may as well keep this updated because I've read some incredible insights so far. So after a crappy night's sleep, I receive a video from a number that is already disconnected of Kay having sex with both a 1 and a 2. I told Kay that I knew more than what she was telling me and that I'm only going to accept the full truth. I told her I was leaving to walk the dog, who unironically growled last night at her when she started crying. Maya, if you ever learn to read, thank God for you. For a few hours, and she was to write down the full unadulterated truth. And if there were any inconsistencies, I was going to end the wedding. Originally, I had planned on taking the whole day off of work, but I met one of my clients with his dog at the park, and he gave me more incredible advice. When I got back, Kay had written essentially a college essay. May of 2018, she had gotten a little tipsy at a work party after closing a major client. Kissing a 2 as a joke. A 1 was able to get a picture of this that has been using it and subsequent meeting video to blackmail her into continuing and escalating a sexual with them both. Whenever she threatened to quit or to stop, they said they'd send everything to me. She said that she felt like she was trying to save a relationship and it got so muddled and effed up that she just felt justified in her decision at some point. Looking back over the last year, she has been pulling away from me, which has hurt immensely. I guess that makes sense as to why now. She was getting dicked down by someone else. This morning, roughly 5 a.m., she sent a text to a 1 saying she quit, and I received the video at 8 of them having sex. My heart feels like molasses. I have never wanted to die more than I do right now. That is the footnotes of what she wrote. The nitty-gritty is making me nauseated. So now she doesn't have a job and says she's committed to our relationship. Okay. Cool. Why weren't you willing to sacrifice it a year ago before all of this? She says it was because she was insecure and weak-minded. Kay keeps telling me to hit her, and it just makes me feel just effing sick. I've asked her to go to her parents for the week and the weekend. So that's where we are at. I am still considering reconciliation, but have scheduled a meeting with a lawyer. I'm running on fumes. Alright. Before the update, let's get a comment from Ready for Wine. You will need time to process this. Give yourself that time. You will have to hear all the details. It's going to hurt, but it has to be done. Look up gaslighting, trickle truth, deflection. Write down a list of questions and remember how she answers is important as what she actually says. Why is she telling you now? How long has she been having an emotional affair? And how far did it go? Do they have spouses? How closely does she work with them? She has to give full access to phone, email, and social media. As she complains, why did she decide to tell you today? Say, the list is long. Write it all down. I am sure you will have more questions. It's going to take time to process. You are going to have setbacks and healing. You may not know what you want. And you may change your mind later after you process. Can you ever trust her again? Therapy. Individual and marriage. Good luck. Alright. Now for the update, and it has a title, A Red Onion, and My Dog Saved My Life. My 25 male, wife, 26 female, of 5 years admitted to making out with 2 of her coworkers at a party. What do I do? Update, A Red Onion, and My Dog Saved My Life. To immediately answer any questions before I get into the details, Kay and I are trying reconciliation. Life sucks, but there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. I have spent a lot of time reading replies. Apologies for not replying, but I did go through every single comment. I appreciate everyone taking time out of their day to give their input, whether I liked what you said or not. I took the advice and told her that either she had to pursue legal action against them, a 1 and a 2, or I was done. No question. She complied pretty much immediately. She admitted that she was pretty stressed about the whole legal process, and I have to admit I was too. As a result, I told her on the way to one of our counseling sessions I'm comfortable dropping the legal crap for the sake of our relationship. She never asked or appeared to try to get me to drop it. There are already enough problems going on between us. A sexual assault, lawsuits, and etc. was just too much pressure and took too much attention away from healing, so we nixed it. Now rewind to the days immediately following. A few nights following finding out initially, I had decided I was just going to kill myself. I had made a few contacts through a different subreddit and messaged them until I didn't. To the 2 of you, I am deeply sorry for the stress I may have caused. The days following, it felt like every conversation I had was about what happened, and everyone was looking at me wondering decision was going to be yes or no. I had decided to not pick and just eat a median at 80+ miles an hour. Maya, my dog, and I picked up a pizza and went home. I was going to hang out with her one last night and do it the following morning. While walking through the store, I realized for the first time since I was married, I could put red onion on my pizza. Kay hated red onions and I love them. I got the biggest one I could and put probably 3/4 of a pound of an onion on my half of the pizza. PSA: onion is bad for dogs. Long story short, it was quickly after this that it dawned on me that I have the unique chance to enjoy the things I want to enjoy without Kay having any swing in my decision-making. Mai and I finished our pizza and we fell asleep. The next morning, I met up with one of my training clients and we shot the shit. He had recommended me to one of his friends to train all the security dogs, about 12 at their facility. His friend told him to have me contact him. It's one of the 2 largest contracts I've ever landed. My client said he thought I was a guy down on my luck and needed a big break. So I guess this guy is just an angel because it honestly was something that pulled my head out of the fog. Kay and I relationship is changing, and I'm not sure how it's going to wind up. I'm just gonna keep growing and we'll see where this crap show all goes, I guess. I'm doing okay. My lunch is about, meaning I need to go. But if you guys have any questions, ask away. I have about 3 hours tonight to answer questions as Kay will be a personal therapy for a while tonight. Next update, divorce is on the horizon. Final update. Wife cheated with coworkers, divorce is on the horizon. It's been a rough month. I am moving forward with separation. Until I have everything together, I will be playing the part of reconciliation. Hopefully, once it's all ready, I can slip out at night. I already have an escape plan and friends lined up to help me move my stuff out. I will be aiming for an equal divorce. This decision did not come lately, but following 2 weeks of hell and more issues arising, I'm just washing my hands of her and the problems that follow her. Final update, but for real this time. Divorce has been finalized. Things looking up, but generally sad. I'll be letting this account fade away into the abyss after this post, but a few of you have been so consistent and good about keeping up with me, so I figure I owe you this. We had a fairly amicable divorce. She has been still trying to reconcile during the whole thing and has tried to get her family to push me into taking her back. My family has been too surprisingly. Neither family is doing it super inappropriately and are pretty generous about approaching it, but their feelings are their feelings. She sends me roughly 15 texts a day. The ego boost is nice, but I don't reply. Not really planning on trying to date anyone for a long time. There were girls that came out of the woodwork when they found out I was single, which is weird. Maybe I'm just jaded, but they all seem like they are trying to prey on me. The buzzards are circling. Finally, made off pretty okay. Mai and I don't have to grind nearly as hard to make ends meet as I thought we would. Speaking of, we found Maya brother. They are both happy to have a friend to play with. I still feel pretty down 99% of the time, but I guess I'll keep trudging along. Alright, let's close out with a quick comment from the community. From Everything is Taken. I'm glad to hear this is finally coming to a close for you. It sounds like you've made the right decisions all along. Stay strong. You have absolutely rocked this. You don't have to jump into dating. I understand being a little gun-shy given how badly your ex hurt you. That having been said, not all those girls are trying to prey on you. Give yourself time to heal, but try not to let an amazing opportunity slip by. Remember, a date doesn't have to lead to anything more than that. Get out there and enjoy the company of someone who can build you up. And that 1% of the time you don't feel down live in those moments, really take them in and appreciate that feeling and focus on growing it to 2%, then 3%. You get the idea. Thanks to the update and have a wonderful life. You deserve it, man.